So today's challenge is titled the quadratic coefficient solver. Now the whole idea is let's just understand how a quadratic equation works. So basically, if you have a quadratic equation of the form ax squared, right, plus bx plus c is equal to 0. The solution for this quadratic equation can maybe be x is equal to d and x is equal to e. So a quadratic equation will have two solutions. So maybe this quadratic equation has two solutions. What is normally called the roots, roots as in roots. So the root of this quadratic equation, which I'm using an example, is d and e. Now, this quadratic equation can, apart from this form, be expressed in the form of its roots as x minus d times x minus e is equal to 0. Okay. Now, when we expand this quadratic form, this quadratic equation, that means we have x times x minus e minus d into x minus e equals 0, which will give us x squared minus ex minus dx plus ed equals 0, which will give us x squared minus e plus d x plus ed equals 0. Now this final solution is the same as this, right? So meaning that the first coefficient of our quadratic equation, which is the a, is the same as is equal to 1, sorry. In this case, is equal to 1. Then the b is equal to the sum of the roots times -1, right? And then the c is equal to the product of the roots. Okay. So basically, the whole idea is we can relate this. There's a relation between this and the root of the equation. That's the whole idea. So that's what this kata is all about. It's saying that you'll be given the root of the equation. And given the root, what you're supposed to do is find the quadratic equation. So this is an example. The root was 1 and 2, right? So meaning that in this case, let's just work that out here. So the roots are 1 and 2, right? 1 and 2. Okay. So meaning that we have x minus 1 times x minus 2 is equal to 0. So that'll give us x into x minus 2 minus 1 into x minus 2 equals 0, which will give us x squared minus 2x minus x plus 2 equals 0. So that'll give us x squared minus 3x plus 2 equals 0. Okay, so now if we compare this to ax squared plus bx plus c, then our a will be 1, our b will be -3, and our c will be 2. So meaning we'll return 1, -3, 2. And that's exactly what we have here. 1, -3, 2. So that's the operation that we are going to implement. So now that we understand, all we have to do is write the code. This is our simple formula. Okay. Now you realize that our a will always be 1, and you can see from the example too, our a will always be 1. This one, our a will always be 1. So now let's begin. So we have what we want. We know that, let me just simply comment the formula here. So it's ax squared plus bx plus c. A will equal to 1, always. B is equal to -4. So say the roots are j. So in this case, sorry, roots are x1 and x2 in this case, as we've been given. So our b will be equal to -4 x1 plus x2, and our c will be equal to x1 times x2. Very simple. So we just have to complete these three things and return them. Okay. So a is equal to 1. This is actually very easy than I thought. -1 times x1 plus x2, and c is equal to x1 times x2, and return a comma b comma c. That's what we are doing. Let's test it out and see, because this is actually too easy. Interesting. Let's attempt. Well, and that is it. It's that simple. So once you understand the concept, everything becomes easy.